Hello, welcome back to Beards, Bourbon, and Games. I'm your co-host Mike, and with me is this beautiful man.
Conquer Corey.
And we all loved the N64. When I was a child, I played the crap out of this game. Me and Corey used to settle arguments with freaking Smash Brothers, which is playing over here. And games today are still great on 64. There's so many good ones. GoldenEye, the original GoldenEye is great. Smash Brothers. We used to play StarCraft on there, which was really weird, but it was still great. Resident Evil 2, which was another whole really bad fiasco. That was bad. Let's just be honest, it was bad. But today, we're going to review an updated controller for it. We all know these weird Trident controllers that were everywhere.
Alien controllers.
That always broke. Yeah, basically Alien. I always thought of them as like, you Trident, you could put them in something and stab somebody to death with them. But there's a company called Retro Fighter that has a N64 wireless gamepad. When I saw this, I got pretty excited about it, actually. I like the layout of it. It's very similar in pictures now to the Switch Pro controller. So we're going to get it out here. We're going to take a look at it. Conquer, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, I will.
Can you conquer that box? You need some help.
I'll try to figure it out. I think I got this.
Oh, don't hurt yourself.
So, as with any of these Chinese controllers, very minimal box. The box just feels really cheap, which is okay. How much does this thing cost?
That's a good question. I'll have to look that up.
Put it on the screen right there. So, first off, we've got the control. It's not too bad, actually.
No.
So this is a lot more ergonomic than the controller. Holy cow! It's got USB-C. You don't see that on Chinese controllers. These cheap ones, anyways.
I don't think this actually is a Chinese controller.
It's not a cheap one. Oh, and it's got a rechargeable battery and everything. Okay, all right, that's cool. That's neat. So yeah, this I like this. The trigger buttons could be a little bit better, but let's go on with the rest of it before I can start digging into this. Very minimal design. D-pad. Then here we have this big thing. Wait, what? Oh, that's for the memory card, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, that's clever. So they fixed it by getting the memory card here on the controller slot. So I guess it has also a Wi-Fi receiver built in here as well as the controller, the memory card slot. So that is pretty cool. And oh, you get a little keychain, a little Retro Fighter.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. And you got a standard USB-C cable. See how it fits there on that, and it fits really, really well. And I stand corrected. This is not no cheap Chinese controller. This was designed in the US. So Retro Fighters, I apologize to you. Your boxing's still cheap though.
Yoink!
I just took that from his hand. It's
okay. I didn't need it.
So it's got a turbo button. It's got a clear button. So that's awesome. Turbo is great. Honestly, I think this joystick here will last a lot longer than those joysticks, because we all remember the Nintendo 64 joysticks were notoriously bad to get drift.
Oh, these would break a lot, and they'd hang, and they'd be real loose. Actually, this one is real loose. Look at this one.
Yeah.
As I move it, it kind of moves around.
It was also made worse by when we were younger playing Super Mario 64, trying to spin Bowser by doing this.
Which was not good.
And the same as blowing into the cartridges. I don't care what Nintendo says, it helps it. So the feel of it, it still feels cheap, the plastic material, but you probably get this for a good price. It's very good to put a price on it. This is probably a good way to play Nintendo 64 games very comfortably. I could see this being comfortable to play Mario 64. I actually want to try playing Mario 64 on this thing, and I bet it would be good. Okay, for a hardcore collector, I could see it. I got some gripes with it, though. I don't like the trigger buttons. I don't know, they feel like they're shallow. That makes sense.
You want them to go in a lot farther? You want them
Yes.
to go in all the way like... Well, see, this isn't very far.
Okay, maybe that's what they were going for. Oh! I like it how both of them are the Z button, so it don't matter which one you press. That's pretty cool. I like that. So that way, if you prefer it to be on the left side or the right side, you can pick. So that's pretty cool. I do love the turbo feature. It feels comfortable in the hands. It feels a lot better than that would. You gotta understand, when they made this controller, game companies really hadn't figured out the perfect controller layout yet. Nintendo was always trying new things, and I think with the honestly, I think the Switch Pro controller nailed it.
Yeah, the
It's
Switch Pro controller.
Probably without a doubt the best controller on the market, but it's also the most expensive at coming in at like $80.
Yeah.
So, but it's a phenomenal controller. This reminds me somewhat of the Switch Pro, just cheaper, and it, the price reflects that. It's only $50, and it comes in with a rechargeable battery. So the best part about it is wireless. Now I'm really curious about the range of that, but I'd probably say you can comfortably sit across in your living room and play that, and that's the whole point of it, right?
Right.
Because we don't sit close to our TVs anymore to play our game consoles. We sit at least 10 feet away.
Wireless range is 30 plus feet.
There you go. So you want to buy a couple of these, invite your friends over to play GoldenEye, have at it.
The battery life is about 10 hours. It takes about 2.5 hours to recharge. And I can't believe it's USB-C. That's awesome. I remember when this went on pre-order. Actually, now I think about it.
10 hours, don't get me wrong, 10 hours is good. But, and again, it's an unfair comparison, I know. But the Switch Pro controller gets like, I think it's 80 hours?
Yeah.
Something like that. 40?
Yeah, it's a lot.
No, it's like 40 hours. I'm sorry, I'm doubling that. It's like 40 hours.
I can't remember the exact amount, but it's a lot.
It's ridiculously good. But yeah, like I said, I don't know, I have to play some games to kind of
Play some games, try it out.
See how I feel about it. I got some gripes about it, but I'm sure if it performs great, I'll feel better about it, and those little gripes will go away. I do like how comfortable it feels in your hands, without a doubt.
Very much so.
I bet it would be very comfortable to play Turok.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember Turok, but Turok was the one that moved with these keys instead of the obvious choice.
Yeah. Everything is just in a so much better place on this controller. I mean, having to move to here. Well, why don't we try this out? See how it goes.
Let's do it. So we tried it. Some of the positive things, it was
Really good.
Really can't, Andy. When me and Mike were playing Smash Brothers, I played it with it first, and I swapped to the original controller. And the first words to Mike was, "I want it back."
Yeah.
Um,
It was the same way with me. I mean, the controller feels great. It does feel similar to this to me. Even the back buttons, like our initial thoughts of like the back button not pushing in too far, it actually is very similar to this. See how far that pushes in and how far this pushes in. So it's not too bad. The controller feels good in the hands. Was my big thing. It feels good in the hands. It's really easy to use. It's really fun.
But we had some problems.
Some really, really big problems.
And I don't know why. When we were playing Smash Brothers, as long as it was in the second controller port, it worked flawless. But when we switched to Resident Evil and had to put it on the first port, it kept disconnecting. Somehow, by some miracle, it stayed connected long enough for Mike to get a full playthrough of the session and not die. But the second we tried to play Diddy Kong Racing, it connected, Diddy Kong Racing. And as soon as the race started, it desynced, and Mike got left in the dust.
Yep. That actually happened when I was trying to launch Resident Evil. It just kept like disconnecting. And now we had a really hard time originally getting it to connect when we went to play Smash Brothers. A very hard time. When we finally got it to connect, it worked. It worked really well. So
hopefully, maybe Retro Fighter can help us, because the Brawler 64 is I like the concept of it. So hopefully we're gonna reach out to the manufacturer, Retro Fighter, and we're gonna see what they recommend. Maybe we are doing something wrong. We read the instructions. We tried multiple resets. We even tried the little paperclip pen. But I'm seeing similar reviews online, so it is kind of disheartening.
Yeah.
At this point in time, I don't think we can safely recommend it.
Yeah.
Just yet. Now, if they fix it, we'll make a follow-up video and we'll put it through its paces. So we're gonna let the BBG email bots handle our dirty work and send out the emails, see what's going on with it. Maybe the manufacturer will stand behind their product.
It's possible we just got a bad batch. Maybe there was a bad batch that went out. That's 100% possible. I mean, it was designed here. It was manufactured overseas. It's possible it could have just been a bad batch that we got, and we may have got one from that. If they say to send it back and get a different one, we will. Like Corey said, we'll try it out. Hopefully it's great, because honestly, when it was connected, it was awesome. There was no lag at all in Smash Brothers or in Resident Evil. I was able to dodge and go through zombies and no problem, as long as it stayed connected. But if you can't stay connected, there's no point, especially in our stage of life and a lot of people like older who have these consoles who want to play them. You don't have time to sit there. It took us probably 30 minutes to get this thing to work. Once it got to work and then it stopped disconnecting, I have to do it again. I don't have time for that. I want to plug in my stuff and make it work. I love the controller. I love the way it feels. I know there is a wired version of this that may be the way to go, but again, the whole point of the wireless is so I can sit across the room and play it.
And yeah, so you'll get that too with these third-party controllers. Third-party controllers can be a mixed bag. That goes for all of them. Mm-hmm. But a little bit disappointed in this one with the issues we had. When it did work, I loved it. No input latency. No, it just worked, and it was great.
I like the idea that you can plug in the memory card onto the wireless adapter up there, so you can have it. I love the fact that they included a USB-C cable to charge it with. That's cool. They just make you go out and get your own. The idea behind it, and when it works, it's great. But I agree that if you can't work every time, it's not a good product, and we cannot recommend it. Hopefully, this is just a one-off. And we will do a follow-up video and blast it to whoever will listen to us if the new controller we get in works better. So,
or maybe we're doing something wrong. You tell us, Retro Fighter.
It's possible.
So, you may be asking, yes, we were playing on a 1080p monitor, and it was 16:9 ratio. We also found online one of these. This is a Nintendo 64 to HDMI adapter. Now, what is so cool about this is this adapter also has a switch on it where you can play by the original 4x3 or 16:9. So if you just really got some old retro console that you think to yourself, man, I really want to break those out and play those on my TV, my HGTV. Can't go wrong with one of these. What is it, like 20 some bucks, something like that?
20 bucks, if that. I think that one was like 10 maybe. They range in price. There's a bunch of different models and makes out there. I got it mostly because I was curious if it actually worked, and it does work great.
I didn't notice any input latency.
No, it worked really good. I can tell you also that you can hook these up to like capture cards, so they work really good that way. Which is what I was planning to do, to be able to play on my computer during the workday. But not if that controller doesn't work.
But let us know if you have this controller. Comment down below. Tell us if you tried it. If you did you have the same problems? If you like this video, be sure to smash the like button. If you want to check out more content like this, feel free to check out our channel, where we do other reviews, such as we've done some other controller reviews, some other device gadget reviews. We just like to spend money, and yeah.
Yep, probably too much.
But we do it for you.
All for you. It's for the channel.
It's for the channel. Man, Mrs. Conqueror is tired of hearing me say that.
Oh, yeah.
But as always, I'm your co-host, Conqueror Corey.
And I'm Mike.
And we'll
see ya.